Good morning, Taurus. Welcome to your mid-December 2024 reading. My name is Ellena. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm excited to see what Spirit has to say for you for the rest of this month. So with that being said, let's jump right in and check it out. And don't mind my cupping bruises if you see that. I just went for my first session with cupping. I don't know if that's like a sign for someone. Maybe y'all should try it out if that's something that you're interested in. But yeah. Okay, let's see. For Taurus Spirit, what messages do you have for the Taurus collective? Please, thank you, and amen. Oh my gosh. Okay, these two flipped out. So let's begin. Is this too far? Can you guys see? First card is authenticity. Not all is what it appears to be. Unhealed past traumas and wounds. Someone who is not being true to themselves. So authenticity, usually the first two cards that come through are going to be your main theme for this reading, which is like for the next 2 weeks, or energies leading into January. I almost said September. I don't know why I said that. But this tells me that it's either you're stepping into your authenticity or you're feeling as if you're not really being true to yourself. Or it's almost like a feeling of perhaps feeling a little bit uncomfortable in either your work situation or certain group dynamics, friendship circles, relationships, where it's almost like nudging you towards alignment. And alignment can sometimes feel very uncomfortable because it causes us to face a lot of our truths or like our shadows, so that we get to know ourselves a little bit more deeper. We kind of need to look at them to kind of check out what it is that is preventing us from fully embodying our truth. And that can be kind of difficult sometimes if we are not yet ready to embrace the changes, and if we're not ready to heal those aspects in us. So with that being said, let's go for the next one. Ooh, prosperity. Open your heart to receiving universal wealth and abundance. It is time for your harvest and windfall of opportunities. Yeah, along with these two cards that kind of flew out as well. When I look at the energies of this, I do feel like there's some of you guys that really want to embark on this project or this thing that really makes you happy. It speaks to your soul. It's really important to you, but there's a fear there in regards to security, in regards to feeling as if you're not going to make enough money doing it, or, it's not going to work out for you, or, a fear of failure, a fear of success maybe for some. But there is something in regards to stability that I feel like some folks are a little bit afraid to truly jump into what it is that makes them happy, because they are thinking about this. The Spirit says you are worthy, and this is your alignment card. So, and it doesn't necessarily mean jump 100% in and invest in your side business, let's say, that brings you joy. It means that, like, maybe you should just carve out some time to feed that joy, right? Until you get more comfortable, or maybe you don't even have to make it into a business. Like, I think, a lot of people want to tell you to make your side hustle or your passions into a business. But I always feel like, you have to be careful of that, because if you do that, sometimes it takes away from the joy of creating whatever it is that you're making. So, but I think Spirit is trying to lean towards you just doing more things that make you happy, because I feel like that momentum and that energy in and of itself, as long as you release the outcomes of it, it kind of brings you into a more peaceful vibration where you can attract more abundance to you. And abundance is not necessarily money all the time. Abundance is, abundance of great friendships, abundance of, resources. Maybe somebody gives you something that you need at the time. It's really about doing what you need to do when you need to do it, is what Daryl Anka, Bashar, he channels an entity named Bashar, and that's kind of what he means when it comes to abundance. So it's really about feeling supported. I feel like people in the Taurus collective may not be feeling very supportive at this time. I just took my hair tie out as well. It's almost like letting loose a little bit. I feel like that's another sign as well. Letting loose and feeling a little bit more free, feeling a little bit more relaxed, which is really important at this time. So that's what I'm picking up for you, Taurus. Let's see. Is there any other... I don't think it's this deck that Spirit wants me to look at. Let's see what other energies Taurus needs to see at this time. Thank you, Spirit. So you got 3 cards. Yeah, self-reflection. Yeah. Diet and exercise. Shadows and resistance. Yeah, we were just talking about that, right? It's about really getting to know ourselves, looking at what we are resistant to. Like, why are we resistant to change, for instance, or resistant to embodying what it is that we love? What fears or blocks do we have in that? Diet and exercise kind of talks about your routines in life. Like, are you comfortable with your routine? Do you want to change it up? Do you feel like you need to change it up a little bit? Because when I kind of look at diet and routine, exercise, sometimes simple things like going out for a walk or stretching or doing yoga, exercise, what it does is that it kind of releases things that our physical body kind of stores that we don't realize that we need to release. Like, we can do all the shadow work and heal and release things energetically, but if we're not integrating that in our physical bodies, it's not really completing that cycle. Like, we are physical beings. That's why it's really important to take that physical action step, you know? Like, it's almost like if somebody's constantly thinking about the things that they want to do, but they're not actually physically doing it, it's not really completing that energetic cycle. Like, we are physical beings for a reason. We must take action steps when we are feeling inspired or called to do so. And I think that's another thing too. It's about grounding that energy. So it's about how serious are you about wanting this change, about stepping into what it is you want to do. Because right now it's like Spirit's like, because if you're not taking the action steps, if you're not being disciplined enough, because discipline is a form of self-love, right? It's self-accountability, it's responsibility, it's loving yourself enough and preparing yourself for the next journey or the next chapter or these things that you wish to bring into your life. It's taking those active steps. And if you're serious about it, you would already be doing this. But if you're not, then Spirit is kind of asking you, either is it really resistance, or is it just like you're choosing it because you actually don't really want to do those things, you know? Like, I think during this time, it's really about self-reflection, really getting clear about what it is that you're trying to bring towards you or manifest in your life, right? So that's kind of what I'm picking up here. This third eye here, it speaks about intuition, but it also speaks about, you know, evil eye. I don't know if you have like some people watching you that don't want you to succeed, maybe because they have a fear that, you know, you're gonna abandon them, or, you know, they have some projections going on. Maybe there's some jealousy. Like, I think there's also something to do with like standing up for yourself and shielding yourself, clearing your energy, and to not let other people affect you when it comes to being clear with what you want to do in life and making those decisions to do that, because it is on top of your self-worth card. And so I feel like this, it's almost like somebody around you may not like it when you choose yourself. So I don't know if you are having that brought into your awareness so that you can kind of detach from this person, or like know that these projections have nothing to do with you. They're from this person's insecurity, you know? Again, with my readings, make sure you just take what resonates and leave the rest. It is a collective reading, so it's not going to be for everyone. So, let's see. Messages for the Taurus collective who are watching. Is there another message you would like for me to share? This one, and then maybe we'll try another one here. Let's see. Taurus Collective, what is it that you would like to know this time? Okay. This one. Okay, let's see. Love life. Interesting. So you have rose quartz here. Beautiful card. It says new or renewed romantic love is here for you. And when I look at this card, it's not just about romance in partnerships. I really feel like this has to do with romanticizing your life. Finding more joy in life, in the little things, appreciating the little things. Yeah, I do feel like for a while now, Taurus, like I feel like you've just been like really focused on getting things done, achieving certain things, maybe taking care of other people, but you're not really enjoying your life, or you're not really nourishing yourself, so that, you know, if you're constantly in, like, for instance, survival mode, and you're just getting things done and you're not actually being able to rest and to absorb and take in how far you've come, and like you haven't been able to relax and really appreciate the moments in your journey, it can feel kind of empty, you know, you feel exhausted and burnt out. So I feel like Spirit really wants you to start adding more joy into your life, like even simple things. Like, it doesn't have to be expensive. You don't have to buy like a bunch of stuff. Like, for instance, if I were to make a meal, instead of just like piling it on like a dish and just kind of leaving it there, I'll arrange it in a very nice way. Like, because that's my way of romanticizing my life, appreciating this meal, pouring love into this meal, having a nice presentation. So when I do eat it, I'm just like, yeah, I took that time just for me to enjoy this meal, right? It could be even taking yourself out to eat, buying the little things that you like, you know, going, I don't know, I bought myself a little tiny candle here because I just like the smell, and, you know, that just kind of changes the atmosphere of the house. So I don't know, it just adds that little emphasis in your life, right? So you're not just a cog in the machine. You're here to thrive. You're here to like enjoy your journey. So second card here, Larimar, sensitive emotions. Yeah. Times of heightened emotions and sensitivity call for extra self-care and gentleness. Yes. So you have You Are Worthy, your self-love card. You also have a Love Life rose quartz card and sensitive emotions. Yeah. I do feel like this, looking at your shadows, looking at your resistances, might just bring up some things, some healing that needs to, I wouldn't say needs to be addressed, but it's going to be in the forefront a little bit. And it's going to require you to kind of be a little bit vulnerable in feeling your emotions and just kind of allowing yourself to process them. You know, I always say this in my other videos, like if you ever feel like you need to scream in your car, scream in your car. You know, like it's sometimes like people just need to be able to verbalize what they're feeling, or write it down, vent to your friends about it, or, you know, just kind of express yourself in a healthy way, because I feel like there's something that needs to be released here. Larimar kind of reminds me as well that maybe being next to water might be helpful or healing for you. Maybe, yeah, I just feel like there's something with water that can be very beneficial for you at this time. So let's see. Look at that. Goddess Sekhmet and Fire Agate, Passion of the Lion Heart. Look how beautiful that card is. Look how fiery that is. I feel like a lot of you Tauruses are maybe trying to tap back in to this passion that you once had inside. It's like almost like it's hard. Lately, it's been harder to tap into. It's been harder to find, but it's there. It's just that, you know, sometimes when we go through life and we have so many responsibilities, we kind of forget to take care of ourselves. We kind of forget, we pour into everyone else's cup, but we forget to pour into our own. And I feel like this feeling might feel like empty, like what's my purpose? You know, if it's like I'm always pouring into other people, you don't really know who you are. You're not clear with who you are. If people are always depending on you or relying on you, you're not really sure of who you are because you're always somebody else's, you know, rock. You know what I'm saying? And I think Spirit is really asking you to kind of try to find that and just kind of spark that fire back. And also the sacral chakra, this card really makes me think about the sacral chakra, is about boundaries, healthy boundaries with people, and not just creativity, but it's really about healthy boundaries. So I don't know, as it's underneath here as well, and you're standing up for yourself, I do feel like there are some people around you that are not good for you, especially during this healing phase. Maybe it's like time to cut certain people off. Maybe it's time to walk away from certain situations, certain dynamics, certain workplaces, that it's not really serving you. It's not creating a safe, healthy environment for you to kind of reflect and nurture yourself. That's what I'm picking up here. So I feel like it's almost like you have to kind of get other people's energy out of yours so that you can kind of focus and be more clear about what you want in life. Is there any last message you would like for me to share with the Taurus collective, Spirit? Please. Thank you and amen, and so it is. Okay. Yes. Lightheartedness. That is the result of the hard work. You're trying to get to a space of freedom, joy, happiness, with less burdens or less things to shoulder. It's like you want that sense of childlike joy, inner joy, and that's gonna be the result of you doing that inner work and healing and letting go of things that no longer serve you or resonate with you, including people, and belief systems that kind of hold you in a space where you feel like you can't really be yourself. You can't really relax, you know? And it could come from not trusting that the universe will support you. So that's something that wants to come through. So overall, what I see for you for the rest of December is a lot of inner reflection and healing and being gentle with yourself. And then getting really clear about who you are and removing people and places that are not for you, because this to me is like right there for you, as long as you're allowing yourself to feel your emotions and process them and just kind of just use your discernment to figure out where these beliefs stem from and whether or not they were something that you just picked up on. Maybe you were programmed as a child to believe them. But yeah, on the other side of this healing is a sense of freedom and passion and lightheartedness. So that's kind of what I got for you for your December reading. So thank you so much for tuning in. Again, if this reading resonates with you, feel free to like, subscribe, and share. That really helps my channel. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of the year. I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye.